Hi, you guys. Happy Good Friday. What a lovely day. I loved that that live stream with you guys last night. A nice group showing up there. Thank you so much for hanging out with me, asking your questions, my wonderful moderators, all your generous donations. I am just awestruck by our community. A lot of insights. I went back through the chat the best that I could to find your questions. And Cynthia, we have to get to your question. Our friend, Cynthia, Love and Light, she had kept asking me if I had seen her post about her cat, Felix, because it was in relation to my cat, Edward, and I'll give you an update here shortly, but I'm going to read to you what Cynthia had to share. She says, I'm reposting my experience about my cat for you. It was originally on your video about sweet Edward Kitty. Some years back, I had gone to visit my mother and received a call from home where I was told my cat had been hit by a car and sadly, he didn't make it. His name was Bear, but we called him Felix because he had black fur and was full of tricks. Well, needless to say, I was quite inconsolable. To try and ease my pain, I assume my mom suggested we go to the Dairy Queen up the street and get some ice cream. On the way up there, I asked her if she thought Felix knows that I'm aware of his passing since I wasn't home when it happened. She answered yes, because he's in the spirit realm now. While standing in line to get our ice cream cones, suddenly someone behind me tapped me on the shoulder and said, "Hey, you remember the cartoon Felix the Cat? Right?" As he mimicked his actions. I about fainted when he said this and immediately knew indeed my cat had come to tell me that yes, he knew that I knew he had passed on and to say goodbye or farewell, since I'm certain we will see each other again one day. This was absolute proof of it. I wanted to share this experience with you because of your sweetie pie Edward in hopes that it might make things a tiny bit easier for you. Thank you, Cynthia. Our fur babies, it's just so hard with them. They're so smart. They know everything that we know. And they're always so accommodating. Daughter of Pentacles. They're of such value. So a little update on Edward. He's still with us. We've been very lucky to have another month with him. I can tell he's kind of laboring with his breathing again. But then we just kind of up the ante on what we're doing to help support him, and he's still with us. So I guess we'll just kind of take it month by month. So thank you for asking, because several of you had asked about him. What I wanted to do right now, since Cynthia shared that story, I just want to check in with Felix. Say hi to Felix. Do you have a message, Felix, for us, for Cynthia? Oh, yes. Well, come over here, kitty. He's so suave, sophisticated. He says this one. So, oh, this one is reversed. So we have the Four of Wands, which usually, like that's the one that I say with the White House. So this is kind of like a celebration card. It's one of manifestation of good, that you built something, then you fill it in with all the wonder and beauty and love and adornment of things. It's a fire sign. Reversed, there's no bad meanings when it comes to the Four of Wands, upright or reversed. To me, when pets are showing me reversed, it just kind of means another realm, another place. But it says good. We're going to past, present, future. It's crowning him. I don't know where I'm supposed to get this card. Connecting back Past, present, future. What's crowning him? Oh, I know. Crowning him. Bridging him to our friend Cynthia. The basis of this is his death. He has a new home, new realm. In the past, the Five of Pentacles. Yes, very heartbroken. On the outside, Cynthia, you weren't there. You were on the outside, being left out. At the present, we have the Five of Wands. Making sense of those pieces of information on what happened. It's like things don't quite go together. They, because in the present, he has a different realm. Yeah, these things don't go together because he's in a different place, leading to the future. Ace of Swords. He's, wow. I just am feeling speed new. That curious intellect, like, we know how smart cats are. This is like that times 1,000. Whatever he's doing, he's doing it at warp speed. I can't even fathom what it's like to be a a super feline cat and non-physical, able to do all those death-defying, crazy tricks. And they don't have to land on their feet because they're always on their feet. It's almost like being a gymnast, like all the time. They don't really sleep. Is that crazy? Because cats sleep all the time. What's crowning him? The moon. The moon. Nighttime. The darkness. The moon, the cycles of the moon. Really in tune to that energy. It's like pure all him. All him. Just gets to do whatever he wants. He's sailing above the skies. He feels so lightweight and free. Okay. Cynthia. Think of the Page of Wands. Passionate, fun, playful. Oh, I almost feel like that's him. Like, you know how you're standing there and a cat comes and kind of walks up and wraps themselves in their tail around your leg? Kind of like that. Very inspiring by her. The Eight of Pentacles. Structure, routine. The web, the creativity, the genius. The reverse of that, it's like you guys don't have a certain routine anymore. That's gone, but he's still with you, just wrapping that tail around his leg. He links to you because in a very earthy way, in a feminine way, you're your child. You're sweet, loving, innocent, pure. Page of Pentacles, so much value there. Thanks, Felix. He is having a lot of fun. Like climbing and getting into stuff you cannot even fathom because he's in such a different world. We don't even have those things to describe what he has access to and all the gymnastics he can do. It's kind of cool. I'm very intrigued. Okay. Thank you, Cynthia, so much. Okay, Martine asked, what did Donald and Stub&DT discuss on the phone about the airline industry? You know, especially like Delta has been more involved with Russia. I don't know if they sold part of their company or someone who bought it. Yeah, Moscow connections. So what did Donald and Stub&DT talk about on the phone regarding the airline industry? Donald. Stub&DT. What's crowning them? Discussions about the airline industry. The problems. And their solutions. Knight of Swords, intelligence, taking action with the air industry. I think that's what Putin wants, the air industry to take some action on that. Donald, Five of Pentacles, poverty. I think airline travel, the airlines are down 96% travelers. So the airline industry is really taking a big hit. This is also agency money when it comes to these two. But hey, let's have a new start with that, the Fool. Let's solve that problem. What can I offer you? Putin. Fighting with him about the airline industry being grounded. Things are grounded. This is a big problem. Covered in justice. Bring me justice. You know, Putin's justice is a different kind of justice. I want justice for this. So this poverty card, I wonder if he's trying to get money from him. What's uniting Donald and Putin on this call? The Knight of Wands. Donald is going to go do something for him. Of course. So the problems with the air travel and their conversation was the money. Who's going to get who some money? Then if Donald's going to do something for him, it's going to surely relate to money, to Stub&DT. The problem is Donald's been impeached. We have the problem with the courts. And how to transmit money and support over to him, because these are problems. They weren't talking about the airline industry. The airline industry is the cover for getting money to him, in my opinion. Here's the solutions. This is supposed to be Speaker Pelosi. Forget Speaker Pelosi. Forget these rules. The solution is to keep holding the people captive with a distraction. Blindfold them with something else. The solution is to address the devil, Putin. Putin's solution. So whatever they talked about is Putin's solution. Donald's supposed to do for him whatever he wants, and Putin wants to have the right justice for it, or they have the Justice Department, bring the money over. Because of Five of Wands, do we have that? It's also my Bill Barr card. So maybe Bill Barr is going to help take care of this problem for Stub&DT. Jeez. Next question. I think this is going to be my final question for now. This comes from Purple Rain. Is Ajit Pai, Ajitpai, the guy that drinks from the giant Reese's coffee mug. He's in charge of the FCC, the one where we did not want our ISPs to have our data, but of course he's like, ignored everybody, ignored all the pressure. Is he involved with data theft? Ajit Pai, show us what you're doing over there with the FCC. What's your job over there with the FCC? Ajit Pai. You're over there because of the Ten of Pentacles, the Trump dynasty. At the basis of what you're doing at the FCC is on a world level with data. It's supposed to be just on a USA level. No, he is operating from a world perspective. What's crowning you in your role as FCC? Seven of Wands. Fighting back everybody else, you know, who has a problem. And I would guess Mark Zuckerberg and Facebook are involved here, using that data worldwide. They have to be. Our Facebook data, they have all of that. Our ISP data, they have all that. They have all of our personal information. Past Ajit Pai was, probably installed by King of Cups, Putin, as with everybody else, leading to a different perspective with his job, what his capacity is, what he does. He's just going to do whatever he's told. What's your challenge in your job? Is it Ajit or Ajit Pai? The challenge in your job is the past. How we're supposed to be running the FCC and the laws and the rules. Because you're covered in Russian strength is running the FCC. How do we see you? Pi as the Page of Wands. He's just told what to do. He reports to this person, reports to that person. He doesn't really do anything but is a coffee person. Just takes up space. The environment at your job is the White House. Do what the White House says. And the hopes with your job is to be the magician, to the alchemist, to take whatever information he has, to turn it into whatever anybody wants from it. The fearful, hard part of your job is the mafia, the Five of Swords. This used to be Paul Manafort. It could be Mike Flynn. It could be like Lev Parnas. All those mafiosos. That's the hard part of his job because he's being threatened all the time. Holy cow. Next steps in your job, Pi. Moving stuff around, moving this, moving that, moving data, moving. This is all over. They are moving everything around all the time, whether it's rules, data, people. Final outcome. What's your job, Pi? The Queen of Pentacles. Really? So this is America's data. They take our data and set it up and bring it somewhere else to confuse everyone. This Queen of Pentacles, now I could totally see him working with a Mercer. What's this Queen of Pentacles about? Having a Tower moment. Oh, no, the Queen of Pentacles, he has the riches of data. It's almost like the Empress, but he is the one that is full of data and value, which he is having a Tower moment because of the actions he's taken as the Knight of Wands, carrying all of Donald's burdens. Well, what kind of tower? What's this tower about? Its foundation, it's about action. You have all that money and power, what you did from the get-go, and the money that was transferred elsewhere. Moneyed news. Because of the plans that were drawn up, he's retreating. He's being investigated. Yeah. Ties to Russia. So that's him. Whew. So we are in the middle of almost the middle of April. It is less than 7 months to Election Day, you guys. Less than 7 months. 7 months ago, where were we? It was September. That's how far we have to go to Election Day. So thanks, you guys, for your questions, your love, your ideas. Please click like on this video. It really helps me with my exposure. I appreciate all of you. Have a happy holiday weekend. Thanks.